donation. This is to persuade my audience to donate their organs and tissues when they pass away and to act upon their decisions to donate. Each day, several people around the world will die, not because of old age or a car accident, but because they couldn't get a life-saving transplant in time. How would you feel if you had to wait for something you really wanted? If this was a thing that you literally couldn't live without? According to the state government news, more than 56,000 people are waiting on the organ donation list for a healthy lung, heart, kidney, or other organs. Also, according to the same source, each year, 4,000 people are waiting on these lists die because there are not enough organs donated. The need is constantly growing for organ donors, and it is a very simple process to become an organ donor after you die. Today, I would like to talk to you guys about the benefits of becoming an organ donor, how the organs are used in the donation process, and the process of becoming an organ donor. There are many benefits to becoming an organ donor. The biggest benefit of being an organ donor is the fact that people's lives are being saved with these donations. One organ donor is able to save up to 8 lives with their organs. Not only can organ donors donate to save lives, but they can donate their tissues as well. One organ donor can enhance more than 100 lives through tissue donations. Another benefit of being an organ donor is that it improves the quality of life for the recipient. For some, an organ transplant means no longer having to depend on costly routine treatments to survive. For others, an eye or tissue transplant means the ability to see again or the freedom from pain. Giving of yourself through an organ donation means that you can help a wide variety of other people who will now be able to live a fuller life because of your generosity. It is free to become an organ donor. There is no cost, and everything is covered by the transplant recipient and the organ recovery organization. Lastly, you are making a huge difference. Signing up to become an organ donor is an easy way to make a lasting and worthwhile impact on the world after you are gone. There are many benefits to becoming an organ donor. Now that you know these benefits, I will tell you about the different organs that can be donated and how they affect the recipient. Each organ has its use in donating. Organs that can be donated after death are heart, liver, lungs, kidneys, pancreas, and small intestines. The tissues include the corneas of the eye, skin, veins, heart valves, tendons, ligaments, and bones. Much of the skin tissue is used to help burn victims. Bones that are donated are used for bones damaged by tumors, traumas, and infections. Did you know that the cornea is the most commonly transplanted tissue? More than 40,000 corneal transplants take place each year in the United States. When a donor donates their organs and tissues, it must meet a certain criteria. For example, if a donor were to donate their heart, it must meet 2 major criteria points. First, the blood type has to match, and second, the size of the heart needs to be similar to the donor, from donor to the receiver. Every organ is vital to someone who desperately needs it, and each organ plays its own part in the donation process. Hopefully throughout this speech you are considering being an organ donor. If you are, there are some ways to become an organ donor. Once a person dies, to become an organ donor there are many ways to accomplish this process. One way to become an organ donor is to sign up on the state's organ donor registry. Anyone over the age of 18 is eligible to sign up. It takes just a few minutes to register online. After your death, medical personnel will search the state donor registry and easily locate your wish to be a donor. Second, you can also use your driver's license to show you are a donor. When you get a new driver's license, you will be asked whether you would like to be an organ donor. If you say yes, your driver's license will reflect your choice, and your information will be forwarded to your state's registry. And finally, tell others you are an organ donor. If you've documented your wishes to be an organ and tissue donor, your wishes will be honored whether or not others agree with your choice. It is important to tell others how you feel about donating your organs. Consider discussing this with your family members, your healthcare providers, and your close friends. If you do not register or document your intention to be an organ donor, your next of kin will make the decision whether or not to donate your organs or not. After learning about the benefits of being an organ donor, how and what organs are used in the donation process, and how how to become an organ donor. I hope you generously consider to donate your organs to someone in need when you pass. My review of main points. There are many benefits to becoming an organ donor, the main one being the fact that people's lives are being saved every day. Each organ has its use in the donation process. These organs and tissues help someone to be able to live a normal life again without routine treatments for survival. And finally, there are several ways you are able to become an organ donor. First, sign up on your state's organ donor registry. Second, use your driver's license to show you are a donor. And third, tell your family and friends about your wishes when you pass. If you are not on the registry, they will make this decision. I really hope I have persuaded you how important it is to becoming an organ donor by explaining the benefits of becoming one, how the organs are used, and how you can become a donor. I hope that I have persuaded you to talk to your parents and loved ones and let them know your wishes. And remember, share your life, share your decision.